It is the greatest spectacle in all of motorsports. This is a race city bigger than tracks, bigger than cities like Monaco, bigger than Daytona, bigger than Charlotte, bigger than Talladega, or bigger than any race city in the world. This is Indy. This is the big one, and it's the popular 2.5 mile rectangle, commonly referred to as the Brickyard. But this is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's the running of the Brickyard 400 stock number 21 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And we are set for racing here today. On the pole at 206 miles an hour, it is Kyle Austin, number 88, in Ford Quality Care Service. Ford credit. Ford. He'll start alongside another Ford, the Budweiser, number 11 of Jesse Dalton. He'll start alongside. Ford's at the top 3 spots here. Joshua Osborne, the X side. SKF Ford, number 99. He'll start inside of Joshua Osborne. He'll start inside row number 2. And beside him, Matt McIntyre, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet, number 18. Row 3, it's Ryan Richards, the 25. Kodiak Chevrolet. He'll start inside row number 3. Beside him, the number 44 Hot Wheels Dodge of Mike Becker. He'll start alongside. Zed Weinstein, the number 70 Rumpel Furniture Toyota, has the inside of row number 4. And Cody Lamas, the number 15 Motorcraft Ford. And it's Trevor Reinhardt, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He'll start alongside Gene Sanford, the number 94 McDonald's Ford. She'll start alongside him in row number 5. Here comes the command to fire the engines at Indy.
Drivers, start your engine.
And get the fire the engines. And by the way, on my last trip to Indianapolis, just back in September, I actually drove by Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as a matter of fact, on our way to Indianapolis Raceway Park, or Lucas Oil Raceway, as a matter of fact. And it was a great, we didn't get to see the inside of the track, but it was great nonetheless. So with that being said here, Kyle Austin leading him down. Indy is a city where everybody wants to win at. It holds a lot of prestige. It holds a lot of history. Field rounds turn number 4. Pace car looks on the pit road. Kyle Austin leading in all 4 top 3 at Indianapolis. One of you get to see the green flag waving here. And here we go, the green flag waves, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Austin Mongold already around car number 14, a spun. A 1-car slider in turn number 4, in turn number 2. And meanwhile, Jesse Dalton driving by Joshua Osborne to take the number 3 spot away as Kyle Austin leads the first lap of the race here. Second is Ryan Richards. Osborne trying to take third back from Jesse Dalton. Here comes Trevor Reinhardt, number 3, to the inside of Osborne. He'll take the number, or inside of Jesse Dalton, rather. He'll take the number 4 spot away. Oh, Jesse Dalton's around car number 11. That's the second driver who has spun in turn number 2. On the same spot, Austin Mongold spun as well. And now we're under yellow here at Indy. And it looks like Gene Sanford and Trent Dunham spun and crashed. And they were battling for the 16th position, and they got 3 wide. Mason Powers in the 8. Nope. Trent squeezed Gene up into the wall, and then Mason Powers just gave Trent a little tap, and Gene Samber looks like she's bulldozing Trent, and Trent just pins Gene up in the wall. Scary situation when you're doing about 180 miles an hour around this racetrack. But Gene finally says, "Get out of my way, Trent," and just drives off. But they're still stuck together nonetheless. Pace car ducks up back on the pit road. We're about to set for green flag racing here with 10 laps to go here at Indianapolis. It's Kyle Austin leading, second Ryan Richards, third Joshua Osborne, fourth is Trevor Reinhardt, fifth is Stephanie Gardner, sixth position belonging to Zed Weinstein, seventh Dalton Day, eighth Seth Cole, ninth is Matt McIntyre, and 10th position trying to stay in 10th is Dougie Shears along with Nick Pericles. Shears off the wall. Out of turn number 2, here comes Dalton Day inside of Zed Weinstein for position. That's for 6th. And here comes Ryan Richards for the lead on Kyle Austin. And he's gonna and Joshua Osborne trying to figure out who he wants to go with. He wants to go with Richards. Ryan Richards to the lead. Joshua Osborne with a shove from Trevor Reinhardt in a 3. Osborne to second, but not for long. Here comes Reinhardt, car number 3. Unleashing that Richard Childress horsepower. Oh, and Osborne gets pinned in a wall by, I think, Kyle Austin in the 88. But Osborne remains third now. Austin runs in 4th position. Now in 5th position is Dalton Day in the number 20. Oh, and troubles again. And it's a 17 of Jesse Henry that crashed. Number 17, the car owned by Darrell Waltrip. And he was running in 17th. He got into the wall and gets into Keith Batson in 28. And tangles up with the 30 of Trey Campbell. And he saves it right there beside William Duncan in a 7. And Henry just... into the wall he goes, and so far no major crashes yet here at Indy, but nonetheless race ain't over yet though. Ryan Richards out in front. As the pace car ducks on the pit road, we'll have 4 laps to go. Ryan Richards leads the race here. Second, Trevor Reinhardt. Third, Joshua Osborne. Fourth, Dalton Day. And fifth is Kyle Austin. Green flag waves are back underway here at Indy. 4 laps to go. Who will it be at the greatest spectacle in all of motorsports? Trevor Reinhardt diving inside of Richards for the number 1 spot. This is it. This is Indy. Everybody wants to win here. Reinhardt diving inside number 3. Here comes Dalton Day inside of Joshua Osborne for the number 3 spot. And Dalton Day pushes Trevor Reinhardt to the lead. Reinhardt looking for his first ever win in this series. He's been in the series since this is his first season back since season 1. Three laps to go. Ryan Richards now in the battle for second here with Dalton Day. Dalton up the high side now. Mike Becker going in the 3rd position now. Nick Pericles in 4th. 5th is now Cody Lamas. Lamas tries to take 5th now, or tries to take 4th from Nick Pericles. Can Ryan Richards catch Trevor Reinhardt. And the yellow flag is waved again. This time it's Dylan Poteet, 31, who has spun. And nope, Sky Commons. Sky Commons has crashed in the 12 car. And that may be the race right there. And if that's the case, Trevor Reinhardt gets his first ever win in this series with Ryan Richards second. But and something tells me Sky Commons is not going to have any. It's going to have some words with Austin Mongold over this. Austin squeezes Sky in the wall, and then Mongold. So, no harm, no foul. A lot of no harm, no foul crashes here at Indy, but I tell you what, well, this has been some race. But for the first time ever in this series, Trevor Reinhardt gets the win. He will win the Brickyard 400 under yellow. The number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet takes home the title here today. And Trevor, a longtime motorsports fan, is in a lot of types of motorsports here. NASCAR, NHRA, Indy cars, about anything you can think of. Like some of the drivers here in this field. Ryan Richards, a heartbreaker here. He comes oh so close, finishes second in the 25 car. A good run for him nonetheless. Third, Nick Pericles. Fourth will go to Mike Becker. Fifth, with a solid performance, Cody Lamas. Kyle Austin comes home in 6th position. Tony Green 7th. 8th is Stephanie Gardner. 9th position Dalton Day. And Zed Weinstein will finish in the 10th position in the 70 car. But for the first time in the Gen 6 era, the number 3 car will go to victory lane in the classic Dale Earnhardt colors. And there he is coming down to the start finish line. As the camera focuses in on Trevor Reinhardt, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet will win today at the Brickyard 400. Trevor Reinhardt, the man from Oregon, pulls it off here today. And boy, I tell you, it's got to be what a moment for him. We're sure in the NR 2003 competition. Second place will go to Ryan Richards. We gave you the top 10 already. 11th was Dylan Young. 12th, Joshua Osborne. 13th, Seth Cole. 14th position will belong to Dougie Shears. Joshua Collard, 15th. Pichu London, 16th. 17th, Matt McIntyre. 18th, Johnny Gardner. 19th, Jessica Shelton. And 20th will be Mason Powers. 21st, Kyle Matthews. 22nd position will go to Keith Batson. Charles Sanford, 23rd. 24th, Nathan Hudson. 25th, Daniel Voiles. John Arndt, William Duncan. 27th, Zach Flickinger, the points leader, comes on 28th. Jonathan Zorlin, 29th. Quentin Moore, Trent Dunham, Gene Sanford, Trey Campbell, Marty Johnson, Austin Mongold. Excuse me. Dylan Poteet, Sky Commons, and the last 2 finishers, Jesse Dalton and Jesse Henry. Both the only 2 retirees out of the race. But what a day for Trevor Reinhardt, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. The Dale Earnhardt colors goes to victory lane here at the famed Brickyard. What a day for him. And that's let Jessica Shelton back into the lead in the points chase after 21 races, but by a mere 2 points over Zach Flickinger in second. Daniel Bowles currently third by 52. William Duncan, Pichu London, Kyle Matthews in 6th. Cody Lama 7th. Johnny Gardner 8th. Dougie Shears 9th. And Mike Becker currently in 10th position. In the points chase, Ryan Richards with a solid performance is right now 11th in the points right now after this race. Mason Power's currently in 20th in the points chase. On down to Zed Weinstein, currently last place in the points right now in the 39 car. And Trevor Reinhardt's win only moves him up to 34th in the points. Shows you the year of season he's been having, but an Indy win can kind of salvage that in some ways. As we head to Watkins Glen for the, well, you'll know what the name is when we get the race underway.